Good morning, I'm Travis Cummings. Following breaking news out of De Pere this morning, East and West Manchester Road are both shut down this morning because of an emergency accident here. We can see 3 cars involved in this crash that's visible right now. Power lines are down as a result of this. Ameren now reporting at least 183 customers without power at this time, with another hour expected for restoration time. St. Louis County Police, De Pere Fire on scene. You can see accident reconstruction out here as well. You have to know that this could cause traffic issues. Again, just a day before the Thanksgiving holiday, people are being rerouted here on this busy corridor. We're gonna toss things to Gary Frank. Gary, what's the traffic looking like as a result of this?
Well, as you could show right there, that both lanes are blocked right now. That's the number one thing. So if you're on Manchester, you're trying to get up and go to Trader Joe's, Sam's Club at 8 o'clock, this is going to be a difficult spot. You're going to have to avoid and maybe use Barrett Station to get around it, but you really should just wait for it to get clear in some of those spots because it is difficult to go up there specifically. Both lanes, if you're going up, are closed because of what's going on. Otherwise, the standpoint of traffic, the big map shows that it's pretty quiet. That's the one lone spot that we continue to monitor here at this hour. Well, like I said, both lanes at Manchester and De Pere, right past Sam's Club and Barrett Station Road, are closed. We'll update you when it reopens through the morning.
We can tell you that the doors of a downtown charter school are now closed after state officials declared its campus unsafe for students. 5 on your side's Travis Cummings is looking at the impact that it's got on families. Good morning, Travis.
Good morning, Michelle. Quite the impact here. The state says this was about student safety, point blank, period. St. Louis Voices Academy was ordered to stop in-person learning right away after a surprise security audit found what the commission called, quote, serious risks. St. Louis Voices Academy of Media Arts, located on Olive Street downtown, we're going to put up that map for you, had just been put on probation and was given a deadline to turn in a safety plan. But a day later, the Missouri Charter Commission said that plan didn't go far enough. Documents show multiple security failures. I've been looking at those this morning. That includes broken door alarms, camera blind spots, and that incident where an 8-year-old slipped out of the building unsupervised. We spoke with Coalition with STL Kids, that's an education advocacy group, which says schools have a responsibility to protect students and put their safety first.
There has to be accountability, and sometimes that accountability is not easy, it's not convenient, but sometimes this is what accountability looks like.
Now this morning, the commission says it will work directly with families who want to move their children to another school if they choose to do so, and it will give the academy time to fix these issues before deciding whether to close it for good. Now, when we reached out to school leaders, they said they plan to comment on the situation later, so we'll keep you posted.
This morning, many nurses are speaking out against a new proposal from the Trump administration that would limit loans for students pursuing non-professional degrees. Now, nursing is among the careers not included on a federal list defining professional degrees. And now the Department of Education says students pursuing such a degree can only borrow up to $100,000 in student loans. Experts are saying this can limit access to nursing programs.
This change from the Department of Education will not fix the cost of higher education. It will only limit people's access to excellent and rigorous programs.
The new student loan caps would take effect next July.
Right now, hundreds of people across Missouri are gathering signatures to put new congressional maps for the state in front of voters. And if you're a registered voter, you may have received a text from the Republican National Committee today regarding those signatures. 5 on your side's Laura Barcheski joins us to break down the text and whether they're a scam or not. Laura?
Well, Kelly, it turns out these texts are in fact from a legitimate source. They are from the Republican National Committee, but those who are gathering signatures say the content is misleading and being sent out as a scare tactic.
The redrawn congressional map for the state of Missouri passed in September, and since then, the group People Not Politicians has been working through the petition process to put it up to a vote of the people. During this process, the Republican National Committee sent out 3 different texts. This is the latest one, saying out-of-state interests are setting up in high-traffic areas on Black Friday, trying to trick people into signing petitions. Richard Von Glahn of People Not Politicians says they're not tricking anyone.
And every Missourian, when asked to sign it, has a free choice as to whether or not they want to sign the petition or not. And what we find is, again, Missourians usually are actually coming up to us when they know where they are, when they know where we are, and asking us to sign the petition.
When signing this petition, the only information you have to give is your name, zip code, and the address where you're registered to vote, which is all part of the public record.
We don't keep the forms. They actually just go into the Secretary of State's office. And so any information that is on there is just about verifying that you're a registered voter.
The text goes on to say these groups are under investigation by the Attorney General for improper conduct. The same day this text went out, Missouri AG Catherine Hanaway sent this press release saying the office is investigating a signature gathering group, AMT, quote, an out-of-state group using illegal immigrants in an effort to influence Missouri's constitutional authority raises serious concerns. My office will not allow dark money groups to violate Missouri laws and hijack the will of voters.
AMT, the company that she's accusing of this, uses E-Verify on all of their employees. And so we're not worried about it, but it's just fear-mongering.
One candidate who would be affected by the new maps if they're put in place is Fred Wellman.
So it does add a lot of our rural areas, adds a lot more folks. As far as the red to blue, look, I've been saying it all along. I'm running no matter what.
He's running against Ann Wagner in Missouri's 2nd District and is frustrated by this.
It's such a deceptive tactic and such a dark money way to do it, which is these lies being put out, the way they play against each other. Say, oh, well, these are out-of-state groups. Look, the fact is the people fighting these maps are local folks who are frustrated and angry that this power grab is being put on them.
I reached out to the Republican National Committee and the Missouri Republican Party about the texts and did not hear back.
A Brentwood man went missing after being swept into the River Des Peres last November. For 2 days, no one knew if he was alive or dead until a stranger walking his dog spotted him on the riverbank, likely with just minutes to live. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mike Bush.
And I'm Kelly Jackson. Tonight, in an interview you will only see on 5 on Your Side, Rob Hanselman is sharing his story of survival for the first time. Megan Kernan was there as he returned to the very place he nearly died and came face to face with the man who saved him. She joins us with this powerful reunion.
Kelly and Mike, Rob Hanselman told me paramedics said he had minutes left to live when he was finally found. He spent 6 weeks in the ICU, months in rehab, and tonight, 1 year later, he returned to the riverbank for a moment he's been waiting for ever since. A moment you're about to see.
The paramedics said 30 more minutes I'd have been dead.
More than a year ago, during the deadly flash flooding of November 2024, 53-year-old Rob Hanselman went for a walk near his home in Brentwood and never came back. He was reported missing after fast-moving floodwaters pulled him into the River Des Peres. For 2 days, no one knew where he was or if he was alive.
I don't remember water being high. I don't remember the water rushing up. I don't remember falling in the river.
Rob remembers only fragments, walking through thick brush and pushing through thick weeds.
I remember walking on the rocks, and then the next thing you know, I guess the water rose so fast and just swept me away, and I don't remember anything after that because they had to bring in emergency vehicles to cut me out of there.
Rob had been swept nearly 4 miles downstream and was found on the riverbank tangled in brush, barely alive. Severe hypothermia, frostbite, water in his lungs.
My body temperature was 70 degrees.
He woke up on a ventilator, confused, with no memory of what happened.
I don't remember hardly anything except for, thank God you're alive.
And for the past year, Rob has wanted one thing: to meet the stranger who found him. Austin Perkins, the man walking his dogs that morning, who chose to stop and call for help.
For him to find me right at that time, saved my life. And I'd like to meet him, and thank him.
Rob, someone was here to say hi.
Hey!
I'm Austin.
Austin.
Nice to meet you.
Are you the one that saw me?
I am.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I wouldn't be standing here if it wasn't for you. Sorry, I'm emotional.
So glad to see you here.
Oh, my heart is full.
It was just at the right time to find him.
Rob spent 6 months in the ICU and months in rehab.
I don't know how I survived it, but I'm thankful that I did, and it gives you a new lease on life.
Rob lost his short-term memory because of the accident, but says he finally feels like himself again and credits Austin and first responders for giving him that chance. The two exchanged numbers and say this won't be their last conversation.
Great story. Thanks, Megan.
It really is.
With Thanksgiving just days away, St. Louisans showed up today waiting hours for a free turkey giveaway.
Yeah, the Urban League hosts this event every year, and the CEO tells us this year's need is enormous. Justina Coronel was there today and takes us to their headquarters off of Kings Highway.
Today is our annual Thanksgiving food distribution.
It's a line that twists and turns for some turkey.
It just shows that if people really would sit somewhere for 6 or 7 hours, that the need is enormous.
At the Urban League in North St. Louis, it's a drive-through distribution event unlike any other.
So when you look at the tornado, you look at the SNAP uncertainties, and you look at just economic difficulties, we will serve more than we did last year.
250 volunteers packed cars with turkey, toiletries, and sides for about 3,000 people. At the Urban League, the turkey giveaway started at 12, but we spoke to people who arrived hours earlier. One woman got here at midnight, and I asked her if it was worth it. She said it absolutely was.
Because I know the line's going to be long, and I didn't want to. Yeah, we need food and everything, so I didn't want to stand in that line. So I just try to be the first one here.
Robin Cole needed to make sure she had food on the table after an already uncertain time.
Yes, I was living in the area before the tornado hit, so I lost everything.
Urban League CEO pointed out Cole isn't the only one.
We still have people in hotels that were actually helping from the tornado that still haven't been able to get their homes rebuilt.
Good job. Good job. That's why this meal matters.
It mattered more because I believe because of the tornado, it's a lot of people in the city still need a lot of help. So this is the most important day of 2025.
Cole will remember the kindness. That's why next year she'll be on the other side.
When I get myself together, I'm going to be a volunteer as well.
Justina Coronel, 5 on your side.
Week of Thanksgiving, which kicks off the unofficial start of the busiest travel season of the year nationwide. This year, AAA expects nearly 2 million more travelers to hit the road or take to the skies than in 2024. 5 on your side's Holden Kerwicki is live at Lambert with the latest on the travel impacts ahead of the holiday. Holden.
Well, Mike, I've been keeping an eye on the arrival and departure boards here at Lambert Airport. And while there have been a couple of delays and an occasional backup here at security, a number of travelers have told me today that it is so kind of sparse in here in terms of seeing people, they can't actually believe that it's just 2 days before Thanksgiving. When Callie Hall left home for Thanksgiving, she wasn't sure what to expect at the airport.
With the shutdown, I was here one day and the line was out the door.
But when she got to Lambert, Hall admits she was shocked.
There's really nobody here. I thought the lines would be out the door.
According to Lambert spokesman Roger Lotz, more than 19,000 travelers will come through the doors Tuesday and Wednesday, which is a reduction of about 500 people per day compared to last year.
There have been a few moments where we've been checking the trackers and noticing it's like an hour or 2 hour wait, but when we got there, it was pretty smooth.
I thought people weren't going to be, working up to the same speed or at the same efficiency as they usually are, from like the government shutdown and everything. So I'm happy that everything was still, just the way I left it.
Nationwide, AAA says an estimated 81 million people are expected to travel during the Thanksgiving holiday, 90% of which will choose to drive to their destination.
I'm typically a driver. I really don't fly, so I could see people wanting to just take that drive just to have a bit more security and, get in from point A to point B.
However, beginning Thursday, Lambert officials expect thousands more travelers to come through their doors than they saw in 2024. So I asked travelers for their best advice to get ahead of the line.
Get to the airport 2 hours early.
Don't pack any heavy bags so you're not slowing anything down when you're trying to check in.
Have all your necessary documents, have everything together, make sure you have all your liquids in the right size so you don't have any complications, and you should have a good travel day.
If you are traveling this Thanksgiving holiday and are concerned about your flight being delayed or even canceled, officials here at Lambert tell me the best thing you can do is go ahead and get your phone out and download the app for the airline that you're flying out of and sign up for text alerts. That way you will get notifications of any changes to your flight sent directly to your phone. Reporting live at Lambert International Airport, Holden Kerwicki, 5 on your side.